Hey there. As promised, I will review now one of two Chinese knives from a French eBay seller that I immediately regretted to buy. This one looks really cool, at least I think so. It has a nice pocket clip, and a pocket clip is a good pocket clip is what I look for on cheap knives, and it plays a big role on my purchases. This one is right side tip up only, and really I absolutely love this design. I'm gonna just open it now, and just to give you an open look. It's very nice. As you can see up top here, has some very nice horizontal grind lines. Those are very attractive. And guess what? Well, of course, this wedge up here is not sharpened, but guess what that grind is? And you don't see that like at all at Chinese knives and at cheap knives. This one cost me $13.95. This is convex ground. This is really convex ground. It must be convex ground. It's definitely not flat and hollow. It's most certainly not. This is convex. Has some extremely functional jimping up top. It looks dirty, but it's not. It just hasn't been cleaned out and reground in the factory. The thumb studs are a little bit pyramid shaped and black, and which I think is really cool. It has blue liners. Now let's talk about not the specs of the knife, but the features on it. You can't really flick it. At least I don't like to flick it, because the liner only engages when you open it really hard, you know, like this. The liner engages, well, nicely when I do it like that. When I open it just slow, you don't hear it click, and I don't like that on my locking knives. And you can see the lockup is very early. I made a bunch of spine wags on this. It hasn't failed on me so far, but I'm just not as secure with my knives when I don't hear it click in place loudly. You have a variant of grips on this knife. I don't think it's intended that way. Get a full hand grip, and you can use it for thrusting, but you will get some force on your finger, so that's kind of dangerous. So I just use it like this, and it gives me still a full grip. And I absolutely love this blade shape. I think this is really handsome. Looks a little bit like the Benchmade Onslaught, just with this upward sweep here and then the drop. I really like this blade shape. It looks really cool. The grind is very functional, of course. It's convex. It's a sharp knife. The steel is either 440C or 3CR13. Page didn't say much. And even though it was French, the site, it didn't say the weight. It said the length and what steel it is. Let me see if I have a non-metric ruler here. Yeah, so the blade, the cutting edge is 3 inches, and the handle itself is exactly 4.5 inches. So you have 7.5 inches of knife in your hand, and you see the thickness. The thickness is decent. It's not overly thick. It's what I would carry. It has a milled out liner and milled out stainless steel scales. Now please, sir or lady, please guess the weight on this knife. So, what do you think? 3.5 ounces, 3 3/4 ounces, 4 ounces? Come on, it's milled out all the way, and it has this big hole here and those 3 holes there. Try 6. Let that sink in. 6 ounces. And this is a no-go for me for carry. For a 3-inch blade, 6 ounces is not acceptable. And where's the box? There's the box. Knife came in this box. And it was sealed in a plastic pouch in there. Sealed. Sometimes you have just those slip-in pouches, but this was vacuum sealed. And 6 ounces. 6 ounces. That's a no-go for carry. For me, definitely. The grip is decent. It's not especially cool and especially comfortable, but it's not uncomfortable. Of course, you have that big round structure in front of there. The brand it was marketed under, it said F47 stainless, and on the product picture it had the claw from Microtech, you know, the claw, and it said steel next to the claw. It doesn't say anything on this blade. There's not even a blade marking from what steel it is. Doesn't say anything. Doesn't say anything anywhere, actually. And this knife was very, very dirty. It has really the yellow greenish gun from the factory in there, and I assume because it's not as smooth, that is because it has those huge nylon washers. You know, the white thing in there. Huge nylon washers, and they were very sticky yesterday. I got it yesterday. You can of course flick it, but it kind of hurts your thumb. Look at my thumb. Don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that's from flicking knives. I really love this blade shape. I really love the knife looks overall, but 6 ounces. No go. So I will show the weight to you with this scale, and let's just turn it to pounds and ounces, because with grams, those are 170 grams. Most of my viewers can't do metric, or just don't. This is the knife. Scale works. 6 motherfucking ounces. In comparison, I have a bunch of knives here. This one is a Kershaw Nerve / Blitz. This rated one has milled out stainless steel liners and quite thick G10 handles. This one weighs 3.8 ounces. 6. 3.8. Let's look at those next to each other. Hey man, those knives are the exact same size, but the Kershaw actually has a longer cutting edge. Yep, that's right. You see correctly, sir. This is the Anlan EL02B, I guess, the G10 one. This has no milled out liners, axis lock, solid stainless steel liners, by the way, G10 handles as well, stone washed, HCR13 MOV blade, and the blade is I think 3.5 inches. Yeah, Cutting edge is 3.5 inches, and this one weighs 4.9 ounces. So half an inch longer cutting edge. You have a much better deployment. You have an access lock. You have a stonewashed blade. This one costs inconsiderably more, really. 4.9 ounces, yeah, under 5 ounces. And for this size, 4.9 ounces are what I can carry. For this blade size, I will put 4.9 ounces in my pocket. Now this is a lightweight knife. This is the Burt Cara 2 FRN handles, milled out, inserted, I think, aluminum liners. This one is a back lock. Now, this one weighs 3.4 ounces. And next to each other, the Cara is considerably longer, and the cutting edge is longer as well. I think this is 3.25. Yeah, 3.25 cutting edge, and the blade overall is 4 inches long. This is a Victorinox Explorer, Swiss Army knife. This weighs 3.5 ounces. 6 ounces. But this is a multi-tool or a Swiss Army knife, so not really comparable. But look at this. This is the Kershaw Antelope Hunter. I think it's a full tang, or at least 3/4 tang knife. Has a overall cutting edge of 3 3/4 inches, a full hand grip, molded rubber handles, by the way, nice jimping, and a simple leather sheath. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to weigh it inside the sheath. 5.5 ounces with the sheath. And we have 4 inches cutting edge, a full tang or 3/4 tang fixed blade knife, 6 ounces, 3-inch blade, not the best lockup, and thickness of the spine, you see up top here, it's about the same thickness. Of course in front it's not, because this is a swedge. 6 ounces compared to, without the sheath, 3.6 ounces. So this knife is no joke. It's really not funny how heavy it is, and I wouldn't have guessed it any time. I'm really disappointed, and I really love the looks of this knife, but the lockup doesn't really do it for me. I like the horizontal grind lines. I like the grind itself. I like this hole here. I like it, and it's all milled out. How is this stainless steel so fucking heavy? How? If you have any idea how this can be so heavy, is it a different stainless steel? Is it a new technology steel? Is it much denser and much more resistant than other stainless steels and has a much tighter molecular structure? What is it that makes this knife so fucking heavy? Tell me. We were broken up there. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.